Signoscone intelligente, tutti quanto conosciamo, è lo padrone del governo, solo quello la comanda. Oggi paga tutto a bere, ma domani chi lo sa? Sul lavoro non è fatto, io vi sputo a tutti in faccia. Tutti dicono patenne, che sto paese non può vincere, che se la pavocca troppo, c'è qualcuno che ti aiuta. Io paura non ne tiegno, c'è lo cielo che mi aiuta. Smettetela di PD con sto cuore odioso. Ci facete un favore, voi signora ruba pane, per lo bene del paese, già di tutto a lavorare. Ci facete un favore, professore lo PPD, per lo bene di sta terra, già di tutto a fare ancora. Politici di me, ci avete rotto con le promesse va, non ve credemmo più. Politici di me, lo governo PPD, professore mangia ma, già di tutto a fare ancora. E lì, ci pago io, e limo, e limo pago io. Voi dite che pagate, ma non pagate mai. Voi dite che pagate, ma ancora lo veglio io. E persi, che ne sarà domani? Con partito non eletto, PD Maio in gatto morto. E sconi, non fare il furbacchione. E salve, che schiavi siamo noi.
All right, good morning, Linux, Windows, Mac, Chromebook users. My dad surprised me last week or so with a new song that he recorded in Calabria, Italy. It's an Italian parody song about politics, the current state of politics, and it's basically saying, the title is "Ci facete un favore." Do us a favor. He's telling all the politicians, not just in Italy, but around the world, do us a favor. We pay all our taxes to you, and you pay us back up the wazoo. People tell me, watch your mouth, or people will come to the house to, quote unquote, help you. Do the right thing, or we will start robbing bread, or something like that. Anyway, that's somewhat of the translation of the lyrics. And to Josu, welcome. Yeah, I will. I have to update the Bandcamp here, but I will update the. He sent me the lyrics. What I may do is just paste the lyrics here onto the Bandcamp, and then you guys can use Google Translate. It might be faster that way. But my dad says, here, this is for you. See what you can do with it. I'm like, cool. Okay. I asked, is this the only one? He says, oh, no, I got a bunch of these. I'm like, really? Okay. He sent me another song, but I just posted this one first. He probably has enough for an album, but this is a photo of him from his trip here back in May. Yeah, a few months ago, downtown here at the old Fort Steuben Museum, history of this part of Ohio. Anyway, I have echo. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks good on my end. I don't see any other things going on here. Let me try this. And nothing there either. Little echo. Okay. Yeah, let me check the other settings here in audio. Only one input. I don't know. It's one of those mornings. Anyway. Color Pixel, Gnostic, help you into the caddy trunk? It's not a song about that, no. Mitchell Valentino, what's up? How are you? Anyway. It's better now? Okay. All right. Sounded like a trucker with reverb turned up. Interesting. Anyway. So that's the song. If you like it. I know some of you, I get notifications when somebody downloads it, so thank you. We've had a few people buy it. Thank you. I will definitely tell my dad. Absolutely. Anyway, welcome again. If you guys want to hear it again, I will play it again, but just let me know. Whoops. Pause that. All right. Leave it like that for now. So how is everybody this morning for September 1st? Yeah. Only 3 months left in the year. Scary. Anyway, reminder that the live shows are made possible by you. Thank you. All the links below in the show notes. I try to schedule these a month in advance. I haven't scheduled anything yet for September. I know I will not be on this Friday coming, I do believe. So, yeah. Very good, Mitchell. So, the question for this morning, and by the way, if there's any new people watching, I like to show everything on how I do this for all the beginners. So I'm running something called Ubuntu Mate or Ubuntu Mate. This is the pop-out chat, and I use OBS for both Linux and Windows, as you see here. I really haven't done a tutorial on OBS, have I? Like some sort of a beginner's tutorial. I don't think I have. Maybe I'll do one of these days. I'm running this Ticker News reader here at the top, and yeah, this is how I do it. Transition between the image here, the scroll at the bottom. It's not that difficult. It takes some getting used to if you are new to all this and wanted to try this. Anyway, this is how I normally do it. So, and I like my wallpaper of, I think this is Miami. It's beautiful. So, why can't you switch to Linux? I'm talking about the Windows users. It's just a question. Maybe you tried and you got sick of the bugs. Maybe you tried and gaming was awful, or it wasn't good enough, or your favorite game doesn't play on it, or you had to jump through hoops to have the games work, or the video drivers work. Could be another reason. Paul says fear of the unknown. That's possible. Stuck in your box. Lack of support from family and friends. When problems arise, which distributions to choose? Never heard of Linux. I think in 2019, Paul, I think at some point, because of YouTubers like myself and the proliferation of Linux YouTubers on YouTube. Keep in mind that when I started in 2006 using Linux, and well, using Linux, I started the channel in 2010. There wasn't really a lot of Linux personalities on YouTube. And the ones that were on, I got the impression that they were saying, Linux is the best, why are you using Windows? Well, if all you use is Linux, of course Linux is the best. I wanted a Windows user to tell me that Linux could possibly be the best. So I thought, instead of complaining, just do it. So there weren't too many tubers, 10 years ago, speaking truth about Linux. That's why I started. Of course, now a lot has changed in almost 10 years of the channel. But I think, Paul, the number one reason why YouTubers or Windows folks cannot switch is which distribution to choose. The number one problem is fragmentation. Linus Torvalds believes that. I believe that. Now, I'm putting Chromebooks aside. Chromebooks does not have fragmentation. Chromebooks is a standard. It is a Linux standard. So I have one. They're great. And for those of you who are still using Windows 7 and don't want to upgrade to Windows 10, don't want to spend that kind of money for a machine, you don't need a Mac, check out a Chromebook. Trust me, they work. They are, at least in my test, they run flawlessly. Even the one that's $200. Even the one that is $200, trust me, the Chromebook will work. Now, obviously, the higher you go in price, the more faster processor, more RAM, and so forth. So if you are still stuck on a Windows 7 or just not too happy with Windows 10, maybe it's bogged down, tired of the update process and want something faster, just works, you turn it on and just go. What I call click and go. A Chromebook may be for you. But putting the Chromebooks aside, lack of a national standard is the problem. Because if you tell a Windows 7 or Windows 10 user, hey man, you need to switch to Linux and forget about the problems with this and that, whatever, and he asks you, cool, which Linux? I'll say Ubuntu Mate. No, this guy says, what are you talking about? Full Manjaro. What? You need to go with Arch. No, Zorin. You see what I mean? That's when the Windows user says, you know what, F all you guys. I'm just going to stick with Windows. That's the problem. Lack of a national standard, in my opinion. And that goes to what Paul was saying, which distribution to choose. So that is my number one reason why, and we have to stop saying, not us particularly, that, Linux is so much better than a Windows on a desktop. It's not. It's not. It has the potential to replace what you have. It could be better, but to say it beats Windows hands down, it doesn't. Because we don't have a national standard. And that's just the reality of it. Vice versa. You can't really say Windows beats Linux hands down across the board. It does not. It does not. We all know the decisions of the politics behind Windows and the forced upgrades, which was not cool. The forced updates, not cool. Lack of transparency. But to say one totally dominates the other. Now, you can say that as far as adoption, mass market adoption, yes, Windows 10 definitely trounces Linux on the desktop. Everything else, Linux blows Windows away. I'm working on a video now, how Ubuntu Linux changed the world. It has. Ubuntu Linux changed the world. And I just got a notification on YouTube 14 minutes after I started. I am now live. You mean I'm not a zombie? Just kidding. Better late than never, right, YouTube? Anyway, that's why you click those notification bells to let you know that I'm on, right? It just cracks me up. Anyway. So yeah, I'm going to set up, I don't know when I'll do that, how Ubuntu Linux changed the world. If you look at the top 100 Linux distributions, I guess on DistroWatch, I bet you half of those are based on Ubuntu, maybe more than half are Ubuntu based. Think about it. Ubuntu Mate, Xubuntu, Lubuntu, Zorin, Linux Mint. And the list goes on and on. If it wasn't for Ubuntu, where would newbies be? Where would Linux be? We owe a lot to Ubuntu. We really do. Hello, Dark One Linux. Making the switch can be mitigated some by making the apps they use are cross-platform for the most part. They use GAMP, Kden Live. Yeah, Windows. That would help. Cross-platform compatibility would definitely help. Totally agree. Hardware compatibility. To a certain point, it's not as bad now. I think it's gotten better, but that's part of it. Again, that goes back to lack of a, let's say, we'll just call it ABC Linux. The new ABC Linux is the national Linux standard. And it's proved itself to work. So the new ABC Linux has been fully tested. It's backed by a company, ABC Linux company. We'll just call it that. So when a Windows user, great, I should try Linux. Which one? We'll try ABC Linux. It works with all the printers, most of the printers. Gaming is great. And you can buy a computer starting at $400. That is the sweet spot. Not just for games, but for cell phones and so on. Tablets, Linux-based tablets. Now the companies who make the printers, produce the games, produce the video cards, they now have a standard by which to go on. But when you have a gazillion, the companies are going to say, I don't think so, pal. We'll just stick with Windows or Mac because those are standards. Same thing for the Chromebook. Now I know there's a philosophy. When it comes to Linux, there is a philosophy around Linux that I think needs to change or needs to adapt. Some people may say, well, you can't use the Chromebook or whatever because it's not true Linux. It's not true GNU Linux. It goes against the philosophy of what Linux is all about. Let's not confuse the quality of life with an outdated philosophy. Let me ask you guys a question. Which do you prefer, improving the quality of your life or an outdated philosophy? Which is more important to you, improving the quality of your life or a certain philosophy? Why not combine the two? My philosophy when it comes to Linux and technology is, how can I use technology to improve the quality of my life? I don't say, well, I can't use that. That's proprietary. That's not the true. That's not the true philosophy behind Linux. Screw the philosophy. How can I improve my life? How can I spend less time fixing things and more time for myself, my family, my friends? Because those billion Windows users, they're not going to care about the philosophy. They're going to say, will this damn thing work? If I buy this Chromebook or this ABC Linux or this Ubuntu Linux or whatever Linux, if I take this home and plug this in, will this work like my Windows machine works? They're not going to say, hey, this is not the true Linux philosophy. I'm bringing this back. That's not going to happen, at least not for the masses. But that's my opinion on this whole GNU/Linux philosophy. It's not true Linux, so why are you buying this or doing that? Or stop it. That's not helping Windows users migrate, transfer themselves, to what could possibly be something better in the form of a Linux-based machine. And to those who say it's impossible to have a standard, Chromebooks have done that. Android phones, they've done it. It has been proven that you can have a national Linux standard and still have your fragmentation. You can still have a gazillion types of forks, Linux forks out there. You still have your choice to keep your GNU Linux philosophy, but then a Windows user can choose a national Linux standard. It doesn't take away from the philosophy, it adds to it by improving the quality of life for a billion Windows users. Wow, mind blown. Anyway, that's my personal opinion as a Windows and Linux user. Yep, gaming like your hardware to work, as we all do. Large number of distros made Linux desktops scattered. If Linux became centralized, it would be better again. Well, at least at least a form of Linux besides Chromebooks. I think we need more than just a Chromebook standard. Mitchell likes the pre-Socrates, but that's outdated. Okay. Yep, like to improve the quality of my life, everybody's life. Are you trying to speak common sense? Blah, 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 common sense is ridiculous. Yes, I am. Yes, I'd be speaking common sense about Linux and must stop this approach. Maybe I should. Maybe that's why I've lost as many subscribers as I've gained. Because I feel like the guy from the movie A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson. Tom Cruise plays the lawyer in court. I want the truth. And Jack Nicholson says, you can't handle the truth. And that's what I think is going on today. At least to a certain extent. But this is who I is. This is who I am. I call it as I see it. A lot of you apparently agree with me. A lot of you don't, but that's okay. I didn't do this channel to be popular. I do this to speak the truth as I see it, based on my experiences and the quality of life with Linux. With Linux, I don't worry about my computer rebooting in the middle of my work. True. Same thing with my Chromebook. Debian Ubuntu is more or less standard if you look at how many are based on. Yeah, like I said, go to DistroWatch. And to the right, they have, I think there's 100 listed, right? Has that changed? At least half, maybe more, maybe 75 of them are based off of some form of Ubuntu or Debian. That's somewhat of a standard. And that's why I think Ubuntu Linux changed the world. You know, for better or for worse. I think more for the better. Orgen Andersen, how are you? Define switch. Do you mean you use Linux only and get rid of your Windows machine completely? Or is it me, you use Linux daily, but for those few occasions? Good question. I would say either or, either completely switched, 100% Linux, or you do what I do. I use Windows occasionally. I use Windows about 20%, Linux 80%. So that's what I mean by switch. So it appears you have switched. Not completely, but, and by the way, I hope I say your name correctly. Jorgen Anderson, welcome, sir. Yeah, some people have switched completely over, and that's great. Some, like myself, cannot switch 100% because we don't have a national standard besides a Chromebook. Chromebooks are great, but they're not really enough. There's not enough apps, software there for like multimedia, gaming. It's certainly possible. But yeah. So thank you for the question. Yep, you can still have different distros. Mitchell wants a computer that gets the work done, easy, stable, predictable. Is that too much to ask? That should be the philosophy. You want a computer, any computer, Chromebook, Windows, Mac, whatever. You want a computer that gets the work done easy, stable, and predictable. That should be the national standard. Would you buy a car with intermittent brakes? Would you buy a car with occasionally tires blow up? Would you buy a car with occasionally the front bumper falls off? Of course not. That would be unstable. Okay, maybe go to the park and play bumper cars at the amusement park, right? So it's still top 100 on DistroWatch. Okay. For the record, Sleepy is saying Arch users are nuts. That is not me. Those Australian guys are a bit wacko. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Sleepy? Arch is great. Not for beginners, but Arch is great. You want total control, start from scratch. It's wonderful. Bob the Hopper, afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, or good afternoon, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, as Steve would say. How is everybody doing? Would you buy a car that reboots while you're traveling on the highway at 70 miles per hour? I would not. Yeah. Sleepy is quoting someone. I wonder who that would be. Yeah, I know. Handsome, how are you? Welcome, sir. Gaming in Chrome OS is rough, but a content creator can use Chrome, but it's harder to do. Yeah, and so it's not. It's they're certainly capable, obviously, but they're not quite there yet. When I record on a Chromebook, I use Screencastify. There's at least one more. I can't think of it off the top of my head, and so maybe you know. For editing, I believe it's all online editing, which I just use Kden Live to make it easier. Yeah, Chromebooks, especially the higher end ones, they're certainly fast enough and capable to do content creation, but not there yet. But they are a standard. I have had zero problems with the Chromebook. I mean, zippo, none. I'm really surprised. In fact, I didn't think the damn thing was doing updates because I got so used to Windows. But I check it, sure enough, the updates are there. But they stay out of the way. And that's how they should be, at least as far as the updates go. So my number one reason why a Windows user cannot partly switch or completely switch to Linux is still lack of some kind of national Linux standard besides the Chromebook. Yeah, watched a video about content creation. It was all done in the cloud or online. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for the amount that I've done, over 2,000 videos on the channel, that's just not fast enough for me. I can do live streaming and that's fine, but editing on the Chromebook, not yet. Now maybe that may change, I don't know. Chromebooks continue to grow in sales. They've proven themselves as a Linux standard. They just work. You just plug it in, you set up your account. I mean, I'm online in like 10 seconds. I shut it off, it's like 10 seconds or less. There is no Linux machine that I've seen that can do that, or I've heard or seen that is that fast. So far. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Yes, I have streamed. I've done one stream or two from the Chromebook. Bergura. It was a little slow. That one has 2 gigs of RAM. It's certainly fine. It gets the job done. It's a little bit slow, but yeah. I've streamed from it and it's easy. There's no surprises from it. So yeah. Tim, how are you, sir? I did get your message. Glad everything is okay. Welcome. Everybody say hello to Tim, a longtime supporter of the channel. Yeah, I'm curious to see where Chromebooks are, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. I think there's a new Pixel coming out, if I am not mistaken. You use gaming. You use Salient OS. Oh, really? For gaming, of all the ones. Cool. Yeah, Chrome OS is great. I use it. Daily driver, emails, maybe test a new app. When Stephanie came in town to sing, I recorded a bunch of short videos. I would plug them into the machine, into the Chromebook, because it has great speakers to see how it sounds and how it plays. By the way, I haven't posted any videos of Stephanie singing here locally. I sent them all to her. I wanted her to approve them or tell me which ones she wanted to post or which ones I need to cut out. Technically speaking, so she's flying back to Germany today. I probably won't be able to talk to her again live for another month or so, but just to let you know. And definitely check out our dear friend Stephanie Forian here on YouTube. Fantastic voice. She's just as nice in person as she is on YouTube. I'd rather see the update to be yeah, I know it's updating. Yeah, I'd rather see the update too, but I've checked it multiple times and they work. I'm not going to have a problem with the Chromebook. Didn't the Chromebook almost melt through your desk during the stream toss? I don't remember it getting hot. Yeah. I'll have to do another test or two, Sleepy. Yeah, I don't recall it. Obviously, well, I mean, if you leave it plugged in, you could probably cook an egg on it. But yeah, I don't recall it getting hot during normal use. In fact, I don't feel anything. You're welcome, Tim. Did you tell Stephanie how much you love Chromebooks? I did mention it to her. Yes, I showed it to her. We didn't have time to look at all the video footage that we shot. What happened was I took her up to Pittsburgh Saturday night for her debut. That video was on the channel. We were going to take a look at the videos after her concert, but we just didn't have time. One of her friends from high school, from Boston, popped in, lives in Pittsburgh. They kind of wanted to catch up, so I just got out of the way, yeah. But I'm sure she knows I use a Chromebook, yes. Darth Tux. Feel the power of the Tux. Hello. You switched completely in 2015. Which one? Would go to a Windows VM only for games, but now that's near 0.01% of the time. So tell us, which Linux distro have you switched to? Sergey, how are you? Fragmentation not a problem. It is a strength, exactly. Biodiversity in food. Yeah, for all us geeks, it is a strength and it is a choice. For newbies, it is a nightmare. And that's why. That is why there are 1 billion Windows users. You need to have a national standard for them. Not for us. We don't need it. You and I don't need it, you know. For the Windows users, you do, to give them a choice. That is also a strength that adds to the biodiversity. Do you want fragmentation or do you want a national standard? It's just a choice. I don't... Shikwente. Hi, sorry I pronounced your name. Let me just call you Q. Is this a joke? The reasons are thinning to rice. Well, what are your reasons? You'll have to replay this. I gave my reasons. The number one reason is lack of a national standard besides Chromebook. So a mom and pop, a family, does not have to go through DistroWatch and test all 100 distros. Lack of a national standard besides Chromebook is the number one problem. If the Google Stadia works like it's supposed to, I won't need Linux or Windows. Yeah, that's fairly new. Don't know too much about it. Stay tuned. Yeah. Yeah, Mitchell, lack of familiarity. They're familiar with the Windows paradigm, but if you're used to Linux, then Windows seems confusing. Yeah, it's, you know, if I don't have any neighbors here, we know where I live, who really care about computers that much or Linux, but let's say I had a neighbor who was curious about Linux, knows nothing about it. Well, of course, that neighbor would have me to help him out, but how many people would have that luxury of having a neighbor who knows something about Linux? And hence why you need a national standard so they can figure it out on their own. Chromebooks are not that hard to figure out. But if you're giving someone a Linux-based system such as Ubuntu or, you know, whatever, Arch or Zorn, and they're brand new, and you have to let them figure it out, it's just not going to happen. They don't have the time, especially if they have kids. That's why that a standard is so crucial for them. You know, they don't have time for fragmentation. It's not their fault. They just don't have time. You know, I took the time to weed through their fragmentation to find out what's best for me. Of course, I've been doing this 13 years, you know. But I think in today's world, I think that's asking newbies too much. Yeah, sorry, Windows is fragmented. Well, I mean, if you're going to keep using Windows 95, yeah, that's fragmentation in your head. Bob says, when I want Linux and not a look-alike. No Chromebook for me, and no offense to anyone. Okay. Well, again, that is a choice. A Chromebook is a choice. Chromebooks, you know, look, for Linux enthusiasts, you know, Chromebooks are not really designed for them. They just, you know, there's nothing wrong if you want to use one as a Linux trooper, but they're designed for the masses, for education, for schools, for people like me who are curious, for the 1 billion Windows users who can buy a Chromebook and say, hey, I thought Linux sucks. This is based on Linux. This is awesome. Talk about advertising, word of mouth. No viruses, no malware. So far. I mean, yeah, it makes Linux look good, doesn't it? No bugs. What? Linux has no bugs? Yes. Any Windows user watching this who tells you that Linux is full of bugs, some are, Chromebooks are not. You have been lied to. Sort of. All right, Darth likes elementary OS. Very good. It is simple and clean. Yeah. It's not for newbies because like you have to manually add the PPAs and all that stuff and hard to customize. But no, it's definitely fine. Yeah. Q says, blah. We hackers need cattle to rustle. Let them stay on Windows. Okay. You realize if a Windows 10 user has a stable machine with all the latest updates, security patches, and turns on anti-ransomware, they're pretty hard to crack. But ransomware is still proliferating for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it is. Yeah, Sleepy, that is a very good point. If did a survey of family and friends, I'd guarantee that 95% of their time is spent in the browser. Yeah, that's why Chromebooks sell. They work. I agree. Yep. And some 25 years, you want easy. I agree. That's why I use the Chromebook when I can. Chrome OS, because it's easy. I don't have to add, fix, or solve any bug. They're just there. Lamer says every OS has bug. That is true. I just haven't seen any in the Chromebook, Lamer. I mean, I'm not looking for them, so part of it is maybe my fault. But so far, Chromebook in normal daily use, not tweaking or let me try a Linux app, which they don't work. There is bugs in that, true. But in normal daily use on a Chromebook, I have found 0 bugs. Zippo. Ansem, what say you? And you know me, guys, I call it as I see it. Even if I have to lose a bunch of subscribers, you know, I think that's one of the uniqueness of this channel. I don't, you know, I call it as I see it. I haven't found any bugs in it. Trust me, when I come across one, I will tell you. You'll be the first to know. I understand what you mean about the standards, though. I should not need to have PPAs for Mesa. Yeah, I mean, that's not fair for a newbie. It's not that difficult, but that's not the point. People sometimes don't make sane choices. Yep, Sleepy True. Joe Panico. Hey, Joey. Ba 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 boo. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while, Joey. How's Papa doing? My Papa sent me a new song. He wrote a song just for me, and I'll play it again here in a moment. And some no issues, upgrades are flawless. And sir, I believe you have more than one Chromebook. Is that correct? So we're not just blowing smoke up somebody's. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, Joey, Joey, ba ba boo, yo, Joe. Tim says Linux is my number one, no matter what distro you use. The friends that I made is priceless. Yeah, Tim. I would have to agree. Without the friends of the community, Linux would not quite be the same. Q says, okay, so make it so software developers do not need Git and they cannot need a PPA. Well, once we have a national Linux standard, so they know which ones to go with, yeah. He's doing better. Very good, Joe. Glad to hear your dad is doing fine. My dad, God bless him, he's going to be 84. He went in the studio 2 weeks ago, wrote a song. It is an Italian parody about politics in general. He sends it to me. He says, here, son, this is for you. See what you can do with it. I'm like, dang, Pop, where do you find the strength? Yep, Ansem says, no bug. If you find the bug, you report it. Very good. Yeah. Mitchell, Gallium OS on a Chromebook is my favorite travel laptop. Decent ventilation. And durable materials. Old ThinkPads are too precious to travel with. Yeah. All right, let's take a song break here. I'm going to play my dad. Joey, this is for you. My dad sent me a song out of the blue. You know, I don't know how he does it, but this is a picture here when he visited in May. The song is called Ci facite un favore. Do them a favor to all the politicians. You know, we pay our taxes to you, and you pay us back up the wazoo. So in other words, you know, stop messing with us and treat us with respect. Ci facite un favore. Do us a favor. It kind of sounds like a polka. I've had a few sales. This is brand new. Thank you for those of you who bought it. I will tell my dad. So let's take another listen. Here we go.
Si nasconde la leggenda, tutte quanto conosciamo, è lo padrone del governo, solo quello la comanda. Oggi paga tutto a bere, ma domani chi lo sa, suo lavoro non ha fatto, io mi sputo a tutti in faccia, tutti dicono patenne, che sto paese non può vincere, che se rapa bocca troppo, c'è qualcuno che ti aiuta, io paura non ne tiegno, c'è lo cielo che mi aiuta, smettetela per PD di questo cuore odioso. Ci facete un favore, voi signora ruba pane, per lo bene del paese, già di tutto a lavorare. Ci facete un favore, professore del PD, per lo bene di sta terra, già di tutto a fare ancora. Politici di me, ci avete rotto con le promesse va, non ve credemmo più, politici di me, lo governo per PD, professore mangia ma, già di tutto a fare ancora. E lì, ci pago io, e limo, e limo pago io. Voi dite che pagate, ma non pagate mai. Voi dite che pagate, ma ancora lo veglio io. E persi, che ne sarà domani? Con partito non eletto, per Di Maio è un gatto morto. E sconi, non fare il furbacchione. E salve, che schiavi siamo noi. e tasse, 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 e tasse pago io, e paga, paga, pago, e in culo piglio io, e monte, 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 c'hai rovinato la vita, e Renzo, 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 con tassa a non venire, e piddi mai e gringo, un partito le ladroni, un partito non eletto, la reversione è già scoppiata, un partito non eletto, noi tiriamo e non contiamo, un partito non eletto, con la forza vi fermiamo, e salvi, salvi, salvaci, e non mollare mai, e salvi, salvi, salvaci, e non mollare mai, e salvi, salvi, salvaci, e schiavi siamo noi, siamo noi, siamo noi, siamo noi, siamo noi.
All right. The title is Ci facete un favore. Hey, politicians, do us a favor. Treat us with respect. We pay all our taxes to you, and you pay us back up the wazoo. I have to clean up the you-know-what. Some of the words says, people tell me, watch my mouth what I'm saying, because if not, people will come to my house to help me keep it shut, as it were. We pay, and to our governments, and nothing gets done. We pay, and pretty soon we'll have to rob bread to eat. See, the translation doesn't quite work, but that's what the words are saying. We pay, but in the end, we are slaves to the politics, or slaves to the system. Loosely, that's what it translates to. My dad did send me the lyrics. Maybe in the next one, I will translate it, and we can all have some fun with the song. And it's meant to laugh, serious and laugh. About the state of politics in the world. I think the timing is good. Wild Carm, I can envision him standing outside on a sunny day in Italy with a bunch of friends having that song. Yeah, he said it to me. He said it to me like a day or two after Stephanie left. Like, Dan, I could have had her listen to it, but I did send it to her. By the way, here, there's a link here which says contact Salvatore Pate. Just to let you guys know, when you buy this or want to contact, just to make it life easier for him, all the emails go to me. And of course, I will call him and tell him what you guys say. So I just want to I don't want to be misleading here. It's actually being sent to him. He doesn't have a computer, laptop, or Chromebook. He has a simple life, and maybe he's the smart one. So just for clarity here, the emails go directly to me, and I would forward it to him. The full disclosure here. So, Sergey had a statement. The question is: people on Windows don't need Linux, don't need or don't care. That may be partly true, but I think people, there's a certain percent of Windows users that for specific software they need, they just can't use Linux, and that's true. But I think, once again, without lack of a national standard where people can just buy the machine, plug it in, and go. Like I said, they don't have time to fix bugs or solve problems or add PPAs. And if that's the case, Sergey, that is true. Then they won't care. I'm trying to change that to give them options. And for a lot of people, downloading a distro, hoping that it works with their hardware and fix something is not an option because they don't have the time. That's not their fault. But I'm just telling them, hey, Linux does not suck. Take a look at a Chromebook. Take a look at some distros that are great. Anyway, but that's my answer. Bregura says, can you tell us what the song's about? It is an Italian parody song about the current state of politics around the world. And the title is Ci facete un favore. Hey, politicians, do us a favor and do something good for the people. Treat us with respect and not like slaves. But yeah, in the future, I will look at the lyrics and translate it, and we can talk about it some more. But thank you, Joe, for the statement. All right, Lamer. Oh, your mom fell Tuesday. Compressed fracture. She's going to get better. Slow. Yeah. Follow doctor's orders, and completely understand. Linux Stabler, that is way different than any of the music I generally listen to, but you really enjoyed it. Thank you. Yeah, it sounds like an Italian polka, happy, cheery. I mean, the lyrics are somewhat funny, serious, but non-offensive, but it's more a song about the state of politics in the world. And anyway, my dad has got fed up with it in Italy, but it's not just there, obviously. So I think the timing for this song is good. So we'll get it out there. Hey, if it goes viral, we'll do a meetup. I will personally fly Stephanie and myself to see some of you guys. How does that sound? Maybe she'll do a concert in. We'll do a concert for Joey. How does that sound? Yeah. Yeah, we'll go see Uncle Joey. Thank you, Q. Thanks for your kind comments again. Go to the Bandcamp, buy the song, and that way I'll know if it connects with people. So, and I'll let them know. I think the song would be awesome to use layered over a politically based slideshow video here. They never know what he's saying. Yeah, that might be true. That might be accurate. But like I said, one of these nights I will jump on with the translation. Like I said, it won't quite sound the same, feel the same, but we can have fun with that. I don't think my dad is gonna mind. So I don't think my dad's gonna mind. So. Anyway. Yep, I love a concert too as long as there's Italian pastries. Well, Stephanie came to visit. She did 2 concerts here. We didn't have time to go buy cheesecake. She loves cheesecake, to take her out to dinner. There was no... She eats specific foods to stay in shape. So I took her out to dinner, Joey. I took her out to the Kroger supermarket. So she could buy her specific foods. And I said, buy what you want. I'll pay for it. It's on me. That was my dinner out with Stephanie. But hey, it worked out. So yes, Toss concert series. Just to be clear, I don't sing. That would be for Stephanie to do it. So yeah, but that would be cool. Do a meetup with Joey or Tim, and all thanks to my dad. Who knew that a retired Italian person would, yeah, that'd be cool. Sergey says, even if tomorrow there would be 2 billion users, I wouldn't care at all. And I'm pretty sure, Sergey, that the 2 billion users wouldn't care about you either. But about, just kidding. Ever the romantic. Well, I wouldn't exactly call Kroger's romantic, but hey, it works, so, Anyway, yeah, I think it would be awesome. Yeah, I had me and Stephanie had talked about her meeting, either her flying here or me flying up there. And I would love to fly up to Boston, Massachusetts, Cape Cod. But it was one of those things. I was thinking maybe for the first meetup, have her come here to a new market to have her sing. She sang here in Ohio and in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, and both concerts went great, last minute thing, but the fact one of my friends who's also a singer, band leader says, hey Carm, she's good. Of course she is. It went great. But yeah, I would love to do another meetup, Lennox Stabler. I hear you, Toss. People pay me to stop singing, but well, yeah. Mitchell says Kroger has great manager specials. Okay. That night we went shopping. We didn't buy any manager specials. Yeah, we just bought some healthy stuff for her. I did try one of those health bars I never tried before. She says, here, try one. And they were actually pretty good. So, yeah. Saw you get together with her. Looked like fun. I hope someday I could meet as many as my friends. Yeah. Yeah, it was a total joy to be with her. We got along great. But, it wasn't that hard for us, Joey, because we've been talking for 3 years, public and privately. So it wasn't like, oh, my God, a total shock. What do I do? So it was easier, for us. It just went too fast. Yeah, she had to fly back to Boston Sunday. She flew in Thursday. I mean, I like fast girls, but not that fast. Ha. But I won't. Anyway, so DT, what is up, my friend? DT, I enjoyed your little thing with those two guys. That made me laugh. Yeah. Thanks for scaring away potential Linux users, but hey. Eat healthy. Totally agree. Yeah, I got to mark. Sergey, you have the joke starting off the month with the perfect. He says, Total OS today. With Derek, you have someone who can't switch to Windows. Yes. Krogus has really improved over the years. I really haven't noticed any difference. I mean, the stores are clean. I find what I want, then I leave. So, yeah. Yeah, I did the interview with the Zorin developer, one of the guys. Yes, RTM Zorin, so check it out. I have not had my morning coffee. I'm going to have breakfast here, actually. Kabbalah Sciences. You are trying out Ubuntu Studio and Manjaro for a test run on your computer. Also, I'm data wiping Windows. Very good. Yeah, Stephanie's like, she's incredible, man. I mean, she's ready to go, boom, 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 go and do this, do that, concert, do this. I mean, preparation it takes time for that part. But anyway, that was the point. They knew it would receive a lot of negative reactions. Aha, and very interesting. Okay. Well, thank you, Joe. Yeah, RDM was great to talk to. I wish him the best of luck with the new Zorin laptops that are priced right. The sweet spot about $400. We've talked about that before. I'm asking myself, what's missing? Background music, not my dad's, but let me play some more background music. I'm doing this thing. I'm like, why don't I feel right? Okay, let's do this. All right, I feel better now with background music. Let me know if it's too loud. The music is from the YouTube audio library, so. More interviews and collabs. I would love to. Yeah, I think that's my strength. So would love to, yeah. Again, another friendly reminder, these live shows are made possible by you guys or anybody watching. So check out the links below. You know the deal, Patreon or PayPal. So I should try to get Linus on. I should. He might just jump on because I say, hey Linus, I am a Windows user promoting Linux for 13 years. I'm the oddball. He might just come on. It would be invitation only, pay-per-view, and I would say, Linus, let it rip. Tell us how you really, really feel. I would do a pay-per-view and I would donate half to the Linux Foundation. How does that sound? Warning, adult themes. If anyone could interview them, I don't know. Maybe it takes a New Yorker like me. All right, Tim, keep in touch. I'll catch you on the next one. And yeah, we are due for a private supporter chat. So yeah. Yes, Linus does love Chromebook as a standard. I agree. Did it. I ran out of water. Anyway. Linus loves Google. Yes. See a pattern of System, Purism, System 76, Purism, Pinebook, Chromebook, now Zorn and others. Yeah. Well, I guess System 76 is a standard, but too pricey. Purism, was it Pure OS? I guess that's a standard, the Purism phone, but at $700, that ain't gonna work. Pinebook, $200 might work. Joe, Chromebook, yeah. Zorn has their own custom form of Ubuntu, so yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Chromebooks look flimsy. Well, the lower spec ones, I think they have plastic, but for $200, honestly, I don't care. I'm not going to drop test them. You know, so yeah. They don't operate flimsy, so yeah. Yeah, he says like he feels he should never work in PR, though. Well, he could. He would have to moderate himself, Sleepy. I would love to see that. Yep, Linux is coming to the marketplace. Yes, most are priced higher, but now the affordable sweet spot is not. But now the four is not being answered. Well, Chromebook has answered that. Zorn laptops, if they sell, has answered that. That's about it. Your son got a Chromebook for school this year. It is really locked down. It is. You couldn't even turn on Bluetooth. That's in the settings, Linux Dabbler. I have no problem running Bluetooth on it. In fact, I have the Chromebook tied into my Bluetooth into my smartphone. I unlock it with my cell phone. Yeah, if you're not turning on Bluetooth, there's something wrong. Bluetooth is not an issue. Oh, you mean it's from the school? Okay, yeah. Well, I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's totally different there, yeah. I guess you don't need Bluetooth for school purposes, right? Well, it's their Chromebooks. I guess they can do what they want, right? They would do similar things if he was given a Mac. Yep. I can understand that. Yeah, imagine sending messages across campus. Yeah, really. Yep. Hey, what's the answer to the question number 4 in the test? Just send them back and forth, right? Massive cheating, yeah. Yep, that's exactly it, Sleepy. They are given the tools to lock them. They're affordable. They work. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah. You just wanted to use Bluetooth headphones, right? Fun Linux Laptop, good morning. How are you? All right, let's give this. We're going to wrap this up here in 5 minutes or so I can have my breakfast. It is 10:07 a.m. here. Any final words on... Any more final words on my dad's song, Linux, Windows, Chromebooks? Bobby Strickland, good morning, sir. You're coming in at the tail end of this, but of course you can replay this when I'm done. DT needs one more cup of coffee before anything. Let me guess, number 4? Bobby, you're always late. I'm sorry. I tried to give... I think I gave a 24-hour heads-up warning yesterday, didn't I? I thought I did. Yeah, I think I did. Now with fall coming in, September 1st, I could schedule a private chat Saturday and do these ones Sunday morning. I'm usually free. That way you guys will have a schedule. I know, Toss has a schedule. Oh my god. Yeah. So to recap, why Windows users cannot switch: confusion, lack of a national standard, misinformation, outdated information, but I think the number one problem is fragmentation. Chromebooks have solved that, and they work. I don't think it's enough, but at least it's a start. They have a sweet spot price, actually better, starting at $200 or more. So if you are using Windows 7 and don't care for Windows 10, you could certainly download something like this, Ubuntu Mate, or just buy a Chromebook. Plug it in, charge it up, log in, and you're up and running in 10 seconds. Literally 10 seconds. Trust me, they work. All right, Linux Dabbler, you have a good day also. Yeah, there was a headline. Half of parents want mobile phones banned in schools. Imagine that. Only half, yeah. Well, I guess they're trying to be diplomatic. Right, Sleepy? Only half. Yeah, the other half haven't looked up from their phones yet. Yeah. Yeah. Let's finish up with some blues. Those of you who missed my dad's song that I debuted here, you can replay the stream. I got the blues, baby. I got the munchies. I gotta eat my breakfast anyway. All right, Bobby, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, everybody who came in. And on that note, I think I will end it here. So, guys, have a good day, a good week. Happy 1st of September already. Yeah. I'll catch you sometime in the future. Arrivederci.